Over the past 12 months, I've had to adapt my content here on YouTube to try and make the game seem more fun. And the way I've done that mainly is by playing Moneyball. And it's something that 12 months ago, I didn't even know what it was. And now I sit here completely captivated by the way of playing Football Manager, and I've just leveled up my experience tenfold. And that comes with a Must-Man iconic skin. And today I want to go through that, coupled up with everything I used during Moneyball to give you guys the perfect Moneyball scenario. And also, I want to share with you a little secret that I've been working on to be released Sunday at 7 o'clock. But before we get into that, we're going to go back on one of my old Moneyball saves, the Moneyball Groningen save. Now, if you watched this series back in December or January, you are an absolute legend. This was one of my most fun saves I ever made. It was a 6-part series or 4-part series where I turned Groningen from, a minnows of the Eredivisie into Champions League winners. And it was incredibly, incredibly enjoyable. But how I wish, now sitting here today, I'd done this exact save on this skin. The Must-Man iconic skin is iconic and it's absolutely fantastic. You can see stats and graphs that you can never see on Football Manager, compare players based on possession lost, progressive passes, shots, goals, easier than ever before, and it's just made the experience of playing Moneyball that much more enjoyable. Now, this series that has started on Sunday, which I'll get into in a little bit's time, it's made me sign players and use players that I would never use before and perform in the match engine, and I found that to a point here in this save as well. Someone like Ibrahim Kane is someone that I used and signed, 25 goal contributions in 41 games here, was an absolute wizard, and I signed him using my classic Moneyball filters that I use for every single Moneyball rebuild here, and if I remember, I'll make sure to link it down in the description where you can pick up all of these filters, etc., all for free over on the Patreon. I'll make sure to do that actually because you guys deserve to have a little bit of something. Filters and views, I'll put everything down there that I use. I've also been sent some filters recently over on the Discord by a legend, I believe called Icy. I'll make sure to put them down there as well because they're really good squad views that you guys can use. They're not currently imported into my game, but they're basically very similar to this one here, but they make it a little bit easier based on position to identify who to go for. But like I've said, the Moneyball skin is what's made this such a more enjoyable experience. Just not being able to see specific attributes, signing players purely off these wonderful little dots, and again, looking through stats and analysis has made it brilliant. You can see a much easier way of attributes on this screen as well. And I'm not the best person in the world to explain exactly how this skin works. I mean, the creator is Must-Man. He is quite literally the Moneyball guy on YouTube. And if you want to see a full in-depth guide on exactly how this works, all the different bits and things, I'll also link that down in the description and up there. But today I just wanted to sort of give you a final Moneyball guide because this has just helped me so much and it's just made everything so much more enjoyable alongside the scouting. And then when you go into games as well, there's a whole view which we can look into in a second, but it's all mainly come down to what is coming out on Sunday. I have got the ultimate Moneyball Journeyman coming out, and well, here's a little trailer. The once beautiful game of football has been ruined by money. Billionaires buy trophies and state ownership dominates Europe, and the game has simply lost its soul. But not for one manager. Starting unemployed with no reputation, no badges, but a big dream, he's on a mission to prove that money isn't everything in modern day football. Armed with only data and analytics and the principles of Moneyball, he'll take on the impossible, working his way up from the very bottom of world football, climbing league by league, club by club, to the top, and eventually winning the Champions League. This is the Moneyball Journeyman, the ultimate Football Manager series to finish off this incredible era of football management games. And you're probably wondering exactly how this journey is going to work. Well, I've built a football pyramid. And the only way you can move up each level is by completing the one below. To move on, we have to win both the league and domestic cup in the current nation. Trophies are the only way to climb up the ranks. Each layer of the pyramid also comes with its own transfer restrictions. At the bottom, we're scrapping together free agents and undervalued players, but as we climb higher, the rules evolve, forcing us to find smarter deals, uncover hidden gems, but of course stick to the Moneyball way. And the ultimate goal is winning the Champions League. On Football Manager, I've done that many times, but never using an attributeless skin, which is what we'll be using for the entirety of this series. So if you like the sound of it, grab yourself some popcorn and lock in, because we're starting the ultimate Football Manager Moneyball Journeyman. And what I would also like to talk to you legends about today is, of course, MFL. And this is a special time to get involved. There is quite simply going to be no better time than this weekend because the season has just finished. And normally when a new season starts, there is promos on clubs and starter packs. You can normally buy yourself a club and a starter pack for the same price as just buying a club. And if you guys do that and you use the code down in the description or the code on screen, 348655, you'll also get yourself a free player once you spend more than $25, which if you buy a club with players, you will spend $25. And trust me, as a start of a brand new season, it really is the perfect time. I have just brought a club in Flint myself, which is the league that you will be starting in, and hopefully, I say this because I have no idea, because the game literally kicks off in half an hour as I record this, I will also be in the Ice Division, I'll be in the Spark Division, and I'll be in the Flint Division. It is a game which has captivated me. If you love regens, you love youth only, this really is a fantastic game that you guys can be playing. And even if you love Moneyball, I'm sure you'll be able to use your Moneyball expertise in picking up bargains across the market and building a team of Moneyball legends here on MFL. So the link to that is down in the description, and trust me, you guys want to play this game. Now, where this skin really comes alive is the match day, because often you get inboxes to say you can match up against this team playing X, Y, and Z, but we skip past them, we get to the match day, and we can't remember what to do. Well, simply with the Moneyball skin, there is a button right in the bottom right. You click that, and you find out exactly how the other team plays. This is a friendly match against Zult Vargum, so we're not going to find out too much information, but we can see in the last match, they like to build down the right and left-hand side and leave the middle fairly vacant. They like to attempt long shots by the sounds of it, so making sure they don't get in the box, well, that's going to be a pretty good thing. Their XG performance was absolutely awful. I mean, it's much easier in the actual season to be able to show that screen working at its best. If you see a team that plays down the right, make sure they can't play down the right. If you see a team that only takes long shots, nullify the fact that they can take long shots. But it's not just that as well, because it's actually in match where this gets even more beautiful. And like I've said, this has just made sort of my analysis of in-match football go up tenfold. If we just skip forward now into the actual game, we can see when the tablet comes up, this is a beautiful tablet, we have got the XG story, the analysis, the matches, the advice, team analysis, and player analysis. Now you can go crazy in depth on the shots and team analysis here. You can go into like passes and see every single pass that has been made and where they are being made. You can see fouls, where they're happening, set pieces, etc., and bits like that. But for me, this analysis screen itself is just absolutely perfect. It shows me exactly the average positions with the opposition and where my team are playing against. When looking at match momentum, it is also absolutely fantastic. And actually, I've been playing Football Manager recently in 2D, purely because I find it so much more nostalgic and enjoyable. And I know as soon as we get into the new FM, it's all going to be about the new graphics. So you can see here, again, 2D Football Manager looks fantastic. It's just a little personal preference of mine. Nothing too fancy, to be honest. We're actually going to go 1-0 down, which is very, very frustrating. I mean, it doesn't matter at all. It's a friendly and a save, which was done 8 months ago. But we can see how nice the Masterman skin makes this all look. We can see where they're shooting from. We can see match momentum. It's not a pretty sight, but we're being absolutely dominated. So to know how to change that, you can see how we build up. You can see how they build up. And it's just overall really, really nice. And like I said, it's just made playing Football Manager really fun for me. It might be completely different for you. You might not like this skin at all, and I completely get that. But for me, it's been absolutely incredible. And like I said, you partner that up with the scouting methods that we've always used on Moneyball and how we find Moneyball talent, etc. Again, if you're brand new to the channel, I'll make sure to link it up there, because I'm not going to go through exactly how I do Moneyball scouting now. It's about a 40-minute video, which we're not uploading today. But yeah, we use a lot of Moneyball filters. We use it everything. We put them on different shortlists, and we go and find the best players. And then you partner it up with a Moneyball skin. Well, it's just even more enjoyable. And it's just an absolutely fantastic way to play Football Manager. And like I said, today's video is a bit of a random one. It's a bit of a weird one, but it's how my Moneyball has leveled up in the last few days. Masterman, hats off to you. This skin is absolutely fantastic. I'm a little bit gutted. I only found it in June or July this year rather than about 12 months ago, because every single Moneyball video would have been done on this skin for sure. But yeah, it's an absolute game changer. I'll make sure to put the link to how to download it down in the description as well. And hopefully we see Moneyball in FM26. If you guys want to see that, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And of course, make sure you're subscribing to the channel and keeping your eyes peeled for Friday. It's going to be an absolute movie and an absolute banger.